prevention is always better than cure. Now, one important thing that I want to bring up that we always ignore is inflammation. That means that my work on arthritis and breast cancer, like I discovered the mechanism that when we have arthritis, which is the inflammation of the bone, and if we have breast cancer, the metastasis is significantly, the prognosis is bad because there are many pro-inflammatory cytokines that are counteracting. Now, the reason why I bring it up, because when we have cancer and if you're having any other inflammatory condition, we always ignore that. It acts as a fuel in the fire. So please don't ignore that, because inflammation is really like it helps in the progression of cancer. So please combat that inflammation. The other key risk factors, family history, I have already mentioned, radiation, the UV, then the environment, occupational hazard. Then most importantly, like three important things I always say is tobacco, because tobacco smoking is also leading to high risk with the breast cancer scenario in the younger population. Then the lack of exercise, because a lot of times now, as CWC Forum focuses on lifestyle with the music therapy and all of that, is so important, because exercise plays a very significant role to boost the immune system, to decrease the stress level, because stress is also another reason which kind of with the different upregulation of different oncogenic signaling pathways. So all this, so basically when we think of prevention, it's multidisciplinary. We cannot just ignore one thing and we say that, okay, I'm exercising daily, but I'm also smoking. So that wouldn't work that way, right? So we have to take care from all angles. We have to take care of our weight also, because overweight, obesity also leads to underlying inflammation. Consumption of alcohol leads to underlying inflammation, which are all finally giving rise to the risk of breast cancer or any type of cancer. Now, one very important thing is the postmenopausal, hormone replacement therapy, which usually when we hit menopause, many times women are given the HRT treatment. So I would request that please check with your doctor, because now we are seeing that in the long run, the usage of the hormone replacement therapy may also lead to the risk of developing breast cancer. So these were the key things. But most, of course, like 30 to 50% of the cancers can be prevented if we take care of all of this. But most important, as Dr. Padma initially was mentioning, that the lifestyle, the diet, because what happens is that if we think in a scientific way, inside our body, there are free radicals generated, and these free radicals will go and damage the DNA of the cell. And which kind of like, when the DNA is mutated, of course, it leads to the abnormal division of the cell, leading to the tumor. But antioxidants will help to balance the free radical, and so that it stabilizes and is no longer available to go and damage the cells. Now, who provides these antioxidants? Endogenously inside the body, there are many mechanisms. Food also helps. So when we think of food, and if we are thinking of a developing country, we will not find berries and all of that there. But we know that we are living in turmeric, like turmeric, which is the byproduct of turmeric, curcumin. When we have it with pepper, it really helps as a very good adjuvant. Now, I'm not saying that, if we have turmeric, it's going to cure cancer, because then no Indians would have had cancer, because our diet is rich in turmeric. But it helps as an antioxidant. Fresh ginger, fresh garlic, fresh onion, what we are seeing is that now a lot of times we are using so much of paste, because of our life is so busy, we try to go with the shortcuts. But I always say that our Indian spices are so good. Let's just take advantage of it. Even in the US, we can just make it, quickly in the grinder, make those spices, just use it in your curry, use it in your day-to-day life. That really helps, because these are rich in antioxidants. So this was about the inflammation. These are different food that carbs inflammation. I just touched base, but food aggravating are the sugar, saturated trans fats, omega-6 foods, and refined carbohydrate, all of that. But most importantly, what I want to say is that lifestyle definitely plays a very important role. But then a lot of women told me that, Lopa, I did everything right, but why did I have breast cancer? The answer is we do not know. There are significant things which are still missing, but whatever is best to our capacity, we need to do that. Because when we have a healthy lifestyle, even when we have cancer, at that point, it becomes easier for us to understand and, to take the treatment, which is very aggressive. That way, it becomes easier for us with our immune system to fight with the treatment process also. So this was about the breast cancer, the full scenario, the full picture. And I just had a slide about all the other types of cancers. I'm not going into detail now, but I want to tell everyone that from Breast Cancer Hub, we have actually generated early detection cards for all other types of cancers, where we give all the signs and symptoms, which are alarming. And we also have like what next, like if you're feeling the symptoms, what you have to go and tell the doctor. So basically advocating for your own health. And this cards, please download it, because mostly for every cancer the signs are there, but we miss it, and because of which we are detected late. So please don't do that. Download the cards and circulate in your network.